Hi, I'm James Fielding, Director of Molotov Recruitment. We always have numerous inquiries from people wanting to start in the property industry, but not everyone has such a good understanding of what's involved in it, and some people have some quite unrealistic expectations. The purpose of this film is to give you, as an outsider, more of an idea of what's involved, what the career options are, and more importantly, what you can earn. Whilst we recruit for all areas of the industry, the two which feature the most are estate agency roles and residential lettings roles. Although they are actually quite different, both are in some ways very similar due to the fact they're both sales positions. Aside from the property management aspect, lettings is still very much a sales job. They both involve bricks and mortar and trying to persuade people to hand over money in order to be able to live in something, and the office hours and the culture is frequently the same. As this is a short video, for now we'll stick with estate agency. When I ask people new to the industry what they feel estate agency involves, the general answer is selling houses. Well, yeah, but if that's the extent of your knowledge, you aren't even going to get an interview. The people we want are people who are passionate about property and have a genuine enthusiasm for what they do. There is a bit more to it than just selling houses. Your day typically will start with a morning meeting with the manager and the rest of the sales team when you arrive at the office prior to any business commencing. This is to go through the day's diary, discuss valuations, offers and new business. Then you'll be following up on the previous day. You'll be calling all your applicants who viewed properties with you to get feedback and update the owners and see if anybody wants to proceed with any offers. You'll be dealing with new applicants who walk into the office throughout the day or who call you or contact you via the internet wanting to purchase a property. You will need to take their details, accurately record what they are looking for, try and ascertain they can actually afford it and they're good for the money, and then match them to any suitable properties you may have and arrange for them to go and view it. And if you don't have a suitable property, you'll need to try and find them one. This may include calling all the people whose properties the company has previously been out to value, or people who are looking to move in the local area but haven't yet put a house on the market, or going out leaflet dropping the area your buyers might want, or even trying to contact people who are up for sale for different estate agents. When you aren't out of the office showing people properties, 90% of your time will be spent on the telephone, following up inquiries and trying to get some new business. After your training and time, you may be carrying out valuations or market appraisals yourself. This is going to visit people in their home to discuss how much their property is worth, and if they're serious about selling, then presenting them for reasons why they should use you to sell, not one of the many other agents in the area, and getting the instruction, getting the business, and making sure that house comes on the market accurately priced and with a good fee for your work. In addition, you'll be measuring up properties, writing the sales details and the advertisements for newspapers and the internet, and as soon as there's a new instruction on the market, calling all your applicants to make them aware of it, with the objective of arranging a viewing, getting an offer and getting a sale agreed. And after you've agreed a sale, you'll be liaising with mortgage brokers, solicitors and all the other parties involved to make sure that the sale moves to completion, which is when you'll actually have made your money. No 2 days in a estate agency are the same. It's hard work but exciting, and it can also be a huge amount of fun. This isn't a 9-to-5 job by a long stretch, but it is a diverse, rewarding and very lucrative career if you're good at it. Typical working hours in a estate agency are long, but you need to remember this is a numbers game. The more hours you work, the more people you can talk to, the more houses you can show, the more business you can do, the more money you can make. The day normally starts between 8:30 and 8:45 am. Close of business is generally between 6 and 7 p.m. Most estate agencies are open 7 days a week, where the odd one is closed on Sundays, so weekend work is expected as part of a job. There's generally a rota for weekends, and you should get a day off in a week to compensate. Weekend work and long hours are part and parcel of a job, so if you don't like the idea of that, I'm afraid estate agency is definitely not for you. In a majority of cases, or in fact almost without exception, every estate agent starts at the bottom and works their way up through the ranks. Promotion is normally down to your individual performance. It will depend on you hitting targets and also successfully completing any training your employer offers you. Many employers nowadays want their staff to become members of the National Association of Estate Agents, for which you'll need to study and pass exams. Most people start as a trainee negotiator before moving up to sales negotiator, senior negotiator, then instructions manager or valuer, assistant manager, then branch manager. From there, you could be looking at either an area manager role where you might have 3 or 4 or 5 offices to look after, or in the right company, a directorship. The reason for the rank structure is quite simply you need to know how everything works. A state agency has legislation needs to be adhered to, and as your career progresses and you can take on more responsibility, you need to know what the other positions involve, and there's no better way of learning than to actually have done it yourself. So by the time you reach branch manager level, you'll be familiar with all aspects of the role: marketing, valuing, negotiation, staff management, budgets, etc. And by this stage, you should actually have become more of a businessman than just simply the salesperson you were when you started. With regard to what you can earn, this simply boils down to, again, how hard you work and how good a salesperson you are. Your income is made up from a basic wage, and commission is paid to you on top. Commission will come from a percentage of the fee of any property you sell, plus commission for a mortgage or solicitor referrals, and potentially a bonus if you hit specified targets. When you start an estate agency as a trainee negotiator, you can expect to be paid a basic salary of around £12,000 to £14,000 a year. In your first year in a state agency, again depending on how well you take to it, you should be looking at making £18,000 to £22,000. That's obviously including your basic. Your basic will rise for your career progression, with a senior negotiator receiving a basic of say 16,000 to 18,000, typically earning up to about 30,000. A branch manager is paid around 20 to 25, with their commission on top. You're looking at an overall total earnings of around about 40 to 50,000. Often other perks as well, such as a company car or car allowance after a qualifying period or after having consistently hit targets. Area managers should be earning upwards of 60,000 a year, but it will take a long time for you to get to that position. Having said that, it doesn't necessarily matter what your job title is. I know of numerous sales negotiators who are earning the best part of 40,000 a year, and they're not in a management position. They just work very hard and they're very good at what they do. So the question is, if you like the sound of this, how do you get hired? How do you become an estate agent? Well, every time we post a vacancy for an estate agency role, we are bombarded by literally dozens of candidates every day. Estate agency may be hard work, but there are a lot of people wanting to get involved in it, especially as you do not necessarily need to have any formal qualifications to do so. That said, if you have sales experience in a different industry, so much the better. Sadly, many of the people who apply are really not cut out for it, and many more do not present themselves well. You must remember, in sales, any employer is looking for people skills and confidence. You need to be articulate, able to communicate well, and have the drive and the motivation to succeed, and not to start crying whenever somebody says no to you. More often than not, what sets the candidate who gets a job, aside from the others, is having that spark, the drive and the desire to succeed, and successfully presenting that through their CV at the interview. Estate agents need to be fearless, personable, and hard-working, who never take their eyes off the objective, taking on and selling houses. So, after having heard me ramble on, if you still think this is something you want to do and something you want to get involved in, please do get in touch. Either give us a call or visit our website www.molotovrecruitment.com. Thank you very much.